Hello, this is Abhigna Chaudhary. Now we are going to look at a project phase two, database management system. We're a team of two, me, Abhigna Chaudhary Komi, and Tarun Srinivas. Now here on this, we are going to implement an interface so that a client can submit an initial request for the code, so that the contractor, that is David Smith here in this case, can list all the codes and send an initial code to the client, and also so that the client can respond to an initial code, that is David Smith that is mentioned, and David also can respond to the response of a client in the initial code. So in this, they can come to an agreement or quit the code request also. Now let us look at into the let us go and look at into the login page. This is how the login page looks. This already was implemented in the phase one of our project. So this is how the login page looks like. And now let us see register. You can see the register page here. So let me click on the register here. So you'll be redirected to the register page where you can see the username. There are the first name of the user, last name of the user, and you can give a password, and there are details that you can give, that is a phone number and credit card number and the role. So this is how the register page actually look like. So now let us return into the login page. So this is the login page that we have already created. So you can see the two columns, that is username and password here. So now I'm going to give the username. In our case, the user is Angelo. So I'm going to give the Angelo at the rate of gmail.com here. And let me type the Angelo password here. Angelo, we are typing the Angelo password and the password is entered. Now let us log in into the login page. So this is how the login page looks like after the Angelo logins here. So this is the welcome page that you're seeing. Now let us go to the request page. So this is how the request page looks like. And as I told you, there are many requests. Client can request many things. So this is how it is. You have username and tree size, tree height, like what size and what height they required. And you can also mention the tree location and how much distance it is from the house. And if they need any specifications, they can also mention in the note. And there are the three images that we have given here, and you can choose a file. Now let me show you an example like how to do it. Let us enter a username. Let us give it here like Angelo at the rate of gmail.com, and let us give a random tree size that let us take for suppose 7, and the height is, let's say, 16, and we will also give a tree location. Let us give like 50 meters away from home. So, sorry, tree location is 50 meters away from home, and distance, as we mentioned, it is 50 meters to be specific. So she doesn't have any specifications, so just let it be the note. And here are the three images that she can choose. Um, so now let us write into the note also that she has nothing. So let us mention it is nothing. Now let us choose the image one. Click on the choose file. So I'm randomly selecting a screenshot, like just so that it will be easy. Now let us choose another image. And so we're choosing all the images here. So this is how the client can request and send an image. So now let us click on the request. So the client has already submitted the request. Now after the client submits the request, now we are redirected into the welcome page again. And now let me show you the list of the requests. Now you can see there are three buttons, that is list your request, list your orders, and list your codes. These are the three buttons that we have created. Now let me show you list your request. Just go to the list your request. So this is how the list of requests here. There are multiple attributes that you can see here. Let's say, for example, there is client ID and request ID, status, and client notes. For example, you see the client ID is unique because it is a single client. So you can see the client ID is 3. and request ID varies every time. So now you can see the status here, that is new because it is newly created. And the client note, if there are any specifications, as I mentioned earlier, if client have specific requests, they'll mention here. So that is cut, and here they have no nothing, so it is mentioned nothing here. So this is the size of the tree that client has requested, that is 5 and 7 specifically. And this is the height of the tree that is mentioned, 12 and 16. So as I've told earlier, mentioned earlier, this is the location of the tree, 2 meters and 50 meters away from home. And this is the distance from home. So let us go to the home page. Now let us go to the home page. And now just we'll just log out from the welcome page now. So this is, we are now we have redirected to the login page. Now let me show you with the another user. Let us try using another user, that is Rudy here. Now we are taking the new user, that is client, Rudy at the rate Gmail. So we are giving Rudy password. So we are logging in. So this is how the Rudy is. Now let us see the list of the requests. So this is how the list of requests table looks like. So our as you can see, the client ID is 4 because every client ID has a unique ID. So according for for Rudy, it is client number 4. Client ID is 4, and you have a request ID. So Rudy has requested several request IDs, and this is the status of Rudy. The quote is sent. Here the status says quote is sent, code sent, and here you can see the quote is accepted and order is created. So it means the contractor has accepted her request. And these are the new status. And here you can see the client note, which she specifies, that is cutting and all. And this is the size of the tree, and this is the height, and this is the specific location that Rudy has requested for the contractor, and this is the distance from the house. From now on, my partner Tarun Srinivas will take it.
Hi, yeah. From here you can see that if the status is known as code sent, so it is nothing but the initial code has been sent from the user. So over here the user is Rudy. So from David's side, the code has been accepted, and there is a certain amount or a certain negotiation done. And in the third column, you can see that the code has been accepted and the order has been created, where it says that the initial quote has been accepted by your David, and also the David has given his perspectives towards the code. And over here, the like the client, that is Rudy, has also been accepted the code. So it shows that the code has been accepted and the order has been created. So these three are the new orders where the David has like not yet given any response to Rudy. So this is how it is. So we can just go back to the home page by clicking on this. So there are other three buttons where you can see list your quotes. So over here you can see there are two quotes which has been already accepted. I mean, one of them is already accepted and one of them is just sent. So like quote sent means mean nothing but it's like David has mentioned his price and the start date, and also he has mentioned the end date too. And there is a David's note where he has just mentioned it as nothing. And these are the client notes, that is cutting, the size of the tree and height of the tree and the location of the tree and distance from house. So over here, if the client likes the price, that is $100, he might negotiate. If he doesn't like it, he can just decrease the price if the client thinks that the price is too much. And if the like the Rudy accepts the price and he's okay with 100 paying $100 for the size, so he can just accept the size, or I mean accept the quote or reject the quote. So we here, if the quote is accepted, I mean this quote has been accepted, so that in status it's saying that the quote accepted and orders created. So I'll just click on for the first quote, I'll just click on reject. So later on it will just show the quote has been rejected. And these are the list of your orders where the list of orders has been accepted by David, and these will be the list of orders which are being shown to you, so for your reference, where there is a randomized order ID and request ID and status which is still pending where the work is still on progress. And this is the client ID where the Ruby's client ID is generally unique, because there is a certain client IDs for each and every user, and those are unique to different users. So this is Rudy's client ID, that is for always. So we can just go back to the home page, and I'm just gonna go back, log out. So over here I'll just log into David's like the login page. So I'm gonna enter the David's password. Let's click on login. So this is the David's login page, where it mentions as welcome David, and this is a button where it goes back to the just to log out. And there are two buttons, which is go to list request and go to list orders. So I'll just click on the first button, that is go to list request. So this is how the page is, where there are list of requests which has been sent to David. So there are different clients over here, that is client 4, as we already spoke, that client 4 is Rudy and client 3 is Angelo. So these are the new codes which has been sent to us, to David. So I'll just accept or write some code on Angelo's code. So I'm just gonna enter the price, where I can just see the size is 7. So there are 7 trees and the height is 16 for each of them. So I'm just gonna mention it as $200, and I'll just randomly give some uh, start ID. I mean start date, and this is the end date. So I'm gonna take almost around 22 days to complete the project. So I'm just gonna give some note randomly. So I'm just gonna tell that I may take some time to complete the project. So if I just click on update, it's gonna show in the it's gonna notify the Rudy, telling the order has been accepted and there is a initial code sent to us. So over here we can just go back to home page. So this is how we do it. So if you just go to the list of orders, so this is the only order which we have accepted. So this is the order, that is the order number is 1, order ID is 1, and the request ID is 3, status pending, and the client is 4. Client is 4 is nothing but the client is Rudy. So we can just go back to the home page, and I'm gonna just log out. So I'll just show you, I'll just log into Angelo's once, just entering the password. I hit login. So I can see that yeah, that this is the thing which David just sent a code. So he has mentioned it as 20, and the code has been sent. This is the request ID, and this is the client ID, that is Angelio's client ID. So yeah, I think David has mentioned the price is $200, and he might start on 12/1/2023, and this is the end date. So this is the note which David has been given me. It says that I might take some time to complete the project, and these are the notes given by me, that is Angelo. So if I like the, I mean the like the price, so I can just accept the price. So yeah, I think 200 is a good price, so I'm just accepting it. I can just go back to the home page. So, and this is the list of orders. Yeah, the order has been accepted. So the order list of orders has been displayed over here, where the order ID is 2, the request ID is 8, the status is still pending, and the client ID is 3. So this is the list of orders in my page. So I'll just go back to the David's login once. Turn login. So yeah, over here I can also accept. See, the earlier the quote was sent. Now the quote has been accepted and the order has been created. So yeah, the order is already been created, so it's gonna take some time, and the order will be done soon. So this is how it's sent, and these quotes, there is no like, David has still not replied to any of these quotes. If it just replies and the client from that side accepts the price, so it's gonna reflect over here. So this is how our project looks like. So thank you so much.